in here
I walked in, I thought,
about 2 weeks ago about the water tower and stuff, mainly the water tower.
Yeah,
They wanted another water tower.
I wonder if I'm gonna get home from Alaska until the 20th of
September
August.
3rd meeting of the Groundwater and
This is
Wastewater
August
Committee.
20th.
Lord, you good?
Yeah.
Our, first item on the agenda is leak adjustment for office.
I have gone through and there was a resident at 2203 Defoe who would like to discuss their situation. But our current leak adjustment policy does not offer anything that extends to him, and it would still be a leak that was on the customer side, not the city side. And there's some confusion of how the events actually happen. So, there's one story and then there's our story.
Can we approve all the rest and just table that, or do we just go ahead since he's not here?
Well, you can approve the leak adjustment, he's asking for more, which we cannot do.
Cannot do.
Right, correct.
So.
So all we can do is address his at the max that we can allow? Okay. Which is on the report. Okay.
So that's all we can do, what's on the report. So we can approve all of them as they are on the
They
report.
are.
Okay.
He does say in there that he refuses to pay the bill until he gets a solution that he so desires. So.
Yeah, I read his.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can approve it and let him know, but I'm sure he'll be here.
Alan Keys.
Well, I read over them and it looked like everything was in that we needed, so I'll make the motion that we approve the adjustments as they have been presented to us tonight.
I second that.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Next item on the agenda is approval of the August minutes.
And there'll be two sets because there's
Do we approve them
Special
separately?
meeting. You gonna have a motion for both, or one at a time? One at a time? I make a motion, we accept the first minutes of the first original meeting.
I second that.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? Any opposed? All right. We're going to take a motion about the special committee meeting.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Got a motion?
I second.
Second. Go ahead, Linda. You can do it. 2 seconds. All in favor? Any opposed? Well, we're not even moving around along. Financial reports for July.
Financial report looks good. You can see that July, for both water and wastewater is up a little bit. So that helped out. We still have not received the money from NRD, but we did, council approved the bond documents that we needed to kind of keep going with the process. So we have a preliminary, full date of October 6th with NRD. So they're going to get all that paperwork filed, and so we should be getting money October 6th. Infrastructure fee fund, you can see in Fund 620 has a balance of $617,000, so you'll see that vary from time to time as Joy pays off debts. I think it's quarterly that she does stuff like that. You can kind of see it start to cool until she pays off the debt. So. Other than that, there wasn't anything super substantial, unless anyone has any questions.
Any questions?
I move we accept the financial report as submitted.
Have a motion. Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. The financial public comments?
Okay, I live alone at 1300 Fort Road Cottages, and my bill on average runs $40 to $43 a month. This month it was $114, $124.81. I have two documents of my manager getting out the maintenance man first, and then a plumber for the water leak in the guest commode, running, exceeding the usage, causing this water bill. So I have documentation showing the water usage.
Have you followed the procedures with the city to make a report? I'm gonna say no.
You have
Probably
to do it in the
not. Okay.
office.
I knew.
Okay,
My son died in Batesville. I just moved right. And this is the second time it's happened since I've lived in these cottages. But I'm not sure of the procedure, just that to get the documentation showing that I couldn't possibly use this much water.
okay. Can y'all get with her on the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the plumber's bill, and then the maintenance.
do we have any other public comments?
I always pay my full water.
Alrighty. Old business, I don't see anything on the agenda. New business, public works, ARPA resolutions.
Yeah, if you guys remember correctly, back when all of the meter money was going around, and we got the tranche of money from ARPA funding. 2 million of the ARPA funding went to the meter project, and a resolution with council to allocate that 2 million for the meter project, with the idea that when the meter project got funded, or hopefully was going to be funded by NRD, that money would be kind of reallocated to different projects. So it has to be allocated by December of this year and then spent by 2026. So our plan is to divvy that up in between the 3 projects that we feel are at the top of our priority list. So $1 million of it we plan to go to lift station 5, 500,000 of it to South Plain, and then 500,000 of it to lift station 20, that emergency sewer project, if you remember correctly. Lift station 20 in the Forks Main that relates back to it that we started, I guess, beginning of.
These are some of the capital projects you've got attached here.
No, this is something different, but those, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that you're gonna see, resolutions coming with contracts related to all 3 of those. Obviously, that won't be the full cost of any 3 of those projects, but it's gonna get us started in the contracts. So that's kind of where we're planning that 2 million is gonna go. So we just wanted to give you guys a heads up that those are gonna be coming your way.
The projects for approval, or,
Yeah, the contracts will go for approval.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll bring it to you guys, but they have to be approved. The resolution to spend the ARPA money has to be approved before or on December 31st of 2024 and spent by December 31st of 2026.
And again, the projects will be more, hopefully not lift station 20, but the projects will be more than the contract amount, but it just gets us started and spends that money up. So you're just gonna see it for $1 million and then 500 and 500.
So we don't need to do anything on that?
No, we just want to give you guys a heads up that it's gonna be coming your way. And we also,
We
sorry.
don't want to sticker shock when we sit in front of you and say,
Yeah. We also put out a request for proposals for the South Plain project that you'll see run in the paper. It ran Sunday and then it'll run Sunday again. It closes on the 20th, so we'll bring you more information on the South Pressure Plain project once we get those proposals back.
did notice that, are we talking about all this yet?
Not yet, that's the
Okay.
next one.
Budget funding diversity.
There you go.
All right.
You go ahead.
Going into the 2025 budget season, we're doing it a little different, because usually it's just me and Joy and the group telling me what they want. So we've enrolled the superintendents, Christina, which you guys have met, is in it, Amanda's in it, Ryan's in it, Bryce is over the water distribution. So it's a huge team effort, and in doing this and all of us learning, there's ways we can fund the projects in our current budget, diversify it a little bit more. It won't be just, hey, all capital projects are pulled out at 5816, because we can actually spend some of the depreciation money also. So it's gonna allow us to diversify the spending, for lack of better term, stretch the budget a little bit more and get some more projects on the table and get them done. But Mariah put this capital project budget little spreadsheet or slideshow together for you guys and explaining some of it. It will be in the back of the budget book also.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough draft, but again, this is pretty much just for 2025, the goals that we've got. So if you'll notice, it doesn't include the circle, which we've got funding for, and kind of just about to be able to put out for bid once NRD signs off on it. It doesn't include the Spring Hill Gravity project, and it doesn't include that lift station 20 that we were talking about. So it really just includes projects we know we're going to be working on in 2025. And then we tried to, add the projected funding source of what we think we're going to be doing. If you'll notice the third-party citation, I've got the water master plan reference on all the water ones. That will also be attached to the back of the budget book. Obviously, you guys have seen it. These are all capital improvement plans that came, or capital improvement projects that came from the master plan that we sat down and prioritized. And then wastewater, we don't have that master plan back yet, but these are the ones that we know we're going to have to start on. So especially lift station 5 is the main one that's lined out in it. And then one thing that we're really doing different this year is the repair and replacement projection or projects. Those are, we're working 4 or 5 lift stations every year. Bryce does the necessary repairs and replacements and kind of some upgrades on. Instead of that coming from revenue or savings, we're taking that out of the depreciation fund account, which is technically called the repair and replacement account. So every year, 5% of our water sale revenue, 5% of our wastewater sale revenue goes into the depreciation fund, and you can use that money for, it's supposed to be used for repair and replacement of anything that you have. So not necessarily upgrades, but any, if you can't replace something without it being an upgrade, then an upgrade's fine. So we've diversified quite a bit of the plant work that Greg needs to replace at the wastewater treatment plant, coming out of depreciation, budgeted out of depreciation, as well as those 5 lift stations throughout the year will come out of depreciation, and then a couple other building and grounds. So we've never really budgeted for the depreciation fund.
So you're separating the MRO budget or some MRO money versus capital money then?
Correct, yeah. The things that we know we're just repairing and replacing and maintaining, it makes sense to come out of the depreciation budget and use that for what it's supposed to be used for.
The communication schedule?
Yeah, you guys should also have a copy of the communication schedule that we passed out. We just wanted you guys to have a copy of this and let us know if the special meeting dates and stuff worked. We tried to make sure that the special meetings were held, either workshops or special meetings were held before our regularly scheduled meeting or council regularly scheduled meeting, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to dive into with the wastewater master plan and the rate study being done all around the same time. So I want to give you guys a bird's eye view of the rest of the year and what it looks like, and hopefully get on your guys' calendars.
And where is that communication sheet?
Near the
Should be
back.
after that map.
Oh, this is it? Oh, okay.
Can, I'm sorry, can we go back to your south pressure zone project? You got a cost on here, 12.5 million, and as I recall, it was 11 million on the master plan.
Yeah, so if you read the project detail, we combined 1 and 2. So the line that's going to the tank is also going to be upsized, which I think was a $2 million project. So it was 13 million combined, and then the 500,000 from ARPA will take it down to 12.5. So it's actually 2 projects in one.
Okay.
Have we gotten any, have we done anything towards getting the land for the tank?
Yeah,
Is it, okay,
There's conversation.
yeah.
Thank you for going backwards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Do the different colors and the scheduled meeting then?
No, that was just kind of for, I don't really know what. Make it less boring, I guess. I think I had, I did put that here. The rate study is orange, and the wastewater master plan is in green. So anything related to the wastewater master plan is green. Orange
To make
is
sure
not
it
rate
wasn't like
study.
that for the board.
Council.
Yeah, no, they're all orange.
I don't know.
So back to the communication schedule. In December, do we come all 3 weeks here?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And we're trying to make them, a couple of them are workshops.
How much is our rates?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be a Christmas party in there.
Yeah. You'll see a couple of them are workshops and a couple of them are special meetings. We wanted to make sure the last one before the council meeting would be a special meeting so that you guys are able to make the recommendation hopefully by then. If you're not, if we're not at a recommendation, that's fine, but that was kind of the plan, that you'll be able to make a recommendation before the council meeting, so it's a special meeting instead of just a workshop.
They kind of have to be squished in because you got Thanksgiving in there.
Yeah.
And then Christmas.
So in October is the same way, it looks like.
Yeah.
Those are all
Yeah.
Tuesday nights?
What's that?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday night?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
in that particular order then?
The 3rd, the 10th, and 17th are all Tuesdays, yeah.
Oh, those are the dates, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Are they all at 6 o'clock or?
Yeah, I think a couple of them are at 5. I can add the times and send it back to you guys, if that would help, because I think
That
some
would
of
be
the
helpful.
pre-council meetings ones would be at 5. So I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, I guess the one in October will be probably by 5 because it's before the regular meeting time, right?
Yes, ma'am, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Most of them, I think, would be for 5, if we're able to. We did 4 for the rate study and then 3 for the wastewater master plan. Again, if we need more, we can always get one to make sure we got these on calendars and everyone notified of these instead of, planning it as we go, because we know there's going to be a lot of discussions.
And they'll all be here.
Any other discussion on that? Okay. Act 605 training.
You're doing great.
I gave you guys both printouts of the options for the Act 605 board training. Technically, the law states that it's the governing body of the rates that has to complete it, so we are going to ask that council completes it as well. But if any of you guys have completed it or are able to complete it, I really encourage you guys to complete it as well, since the first round of the rate study, was going through you guys, so it would be really good for you guys to complete it too. If you need help signing up for it, or if you've already completed it, if you can just shoot me or Tim an email and let us know, so that I have to fill out a form for NRD every year that shows that our governing bodies have completed the training. So if you're able to,
Do you need to know when we did it?
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
is this the same training that we did?
Couple of years ago.
you did it last year, you have to do it again this year, yeah.
Oh, I thought that
Oh,
was
you
one
have
and done
to?
thing.
No, yeah, it's 8 hours of training every year, unless you've been on the board for more than 10 years. So if you're exempt, you can raise your hand and I can get you guys.
I think I have to. I think I have
Close, everything.
Well, me
I
and
have.
Linda.
Hmm.
Yeah, Linda and me.
The internet
I
classes,
think so.
we can just do at home, correct?
So
What they
it's
say.
kind of confusing, the first page where it just says, it doesn't say anything about the training internet, that's a Zoom class, so it's 8 hours throughout that day.
Oh,
If
okay.
it says available by Zoom, it's a Zoom class, so it's just 8 hours. If you do the training by internet, which is the one that I did, it's basically like a college course, and you do it your own pace. It opens on October 7th. You should have to complete it by October 20th. So that one's usually the easiest one. There's no charge, of course, but when you sign up for it, that's kind of the dates it opens and closes. And then they'll send you your certificate of completion after you complete the course.
So you need a copy of that when it's done? if we do it?
I don't think so. If you just shoot me the day that you did it, or the dates that you're going to do it, that works. They don't really require.
And the training is the same thing that we, it's the very same, it hasn't changed, okay.
Yeah.
And when
There
you,
would be, you would have more information in the
Yeah.
training because they passed a different act.
And probably limit my own place would make it easier for me.
so when do we need to have it completed by?
Into October. Looks like.
Yeah,
December 9th is last.
yeah, December. Would like it by late November if you're able to.
Nobody said there was gonna be a test.
There are quizzes, by the way. They do give you quizzes at the end of each section. It's pretty nice.
All right. Anybody else any questions on that? Already, Saline Regional update.
Yeah, not a ton to update. We did, we're in the process of securing land for the treatment plant site. We did make an offer. We're thinking that we're going to be around $45,000 an acre. So we're hopefully securing that land site within the next couple months. Again, still working with the county on the ARP money. They've been really good to us, so working hand in hand. Just engineering.
So there's a location and the owners are working with the group?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah, they're willing to have discussions, so
Okay, good.
everything's moving in the right direction.
Anything else?
So, some of the newer group here, I promised tours and haven't scheduled them yet. So, if anybody wants to go around the city or see the treatment plant, stuff like that, if you could send me some open dates and times and I'll schedule. And, I mean, whether it's one of you, two of you, four of you, whatever, we can make it work. But I know some of you haven't seen the water system or the wastewater system or the treatment plant. And I think it's beneficial to know where it's located and kind of how the system actually operates out there, not just here in the courtroom. So,
When you do schedule that, will you send out something to everybody else? I might
Yeah.
tag along just to, because I'm free.
yeah, anybody who wants to go.
As long as we know when, I might tag along with you.
Okay. Well, no, I'll do the other. I'll send out a bunch of dates.
Okay.
And then just have you guys send it back.
Anything else?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Any motion?
I'll second.
And a second. All in favor?